Bev obviously came from a dynastic family. The name that is resonant with, everything that's good in rugby league. His father Gus played for 25 years, then went on and coached, and the game in Cumbria, where they lived, was professional sides were around the Risman family, particularly Gus coaching Workington. Bev then obviously had a lot to live up to. Played rugby union to start with, played for England, went on a British Lions tour. Clearly had a rugby league skills, so was very coveted. Leigh signed him in the early 60s, played him predominantly at standoff. It was brought to Leeds in 66 by Roy Francis, just as limited tackles were coming in, and Roy had a group of very young backs in particular, one of whom, Barry Seaborn, was inducted into the Hall of Fame. And he needed an old head. Decided he would play Bev at fullback so that he could have the panoramic view of all these kids and organise them. And Bev always used to joke, because of some of the people in the team, like Mick Shoebottom, never had to make a tackle in his life, which of course is not true. A brilliant goal kicker. Found a new lease of life at Leeds in that fullback role, played in the Water Splash final, became captain of the Great Britain team that played in the 1968 World Cup, which was quite ironic because on the tour was Mick Clark, who was actually the captain at Leeds, but Bev was deemed to be the right guy to have in a touring environment. 1969, Leeds won the championship for the second time. Bev played in that game, really bruising encounter, set up the winning try with a wonderful kick over the defence for John Atkinson to chase, but had a terrible knee injury that ended his career slightly prematurely. But one of the reasons he was not happy but was prepared to stand down was because some kid called John Holmes was coming up through the ranks and took his spot. But it didn't end there for Bev. That was the end of his playing career. He fully understood the concept of development, so he was involved with Fulham when they first started. He even coached them for a year, director at London Broncos, first development officer for the RFL in the south of England, massive in student rugby league, really important in the formation of that and helping put that on, president of the RFL, an ambassador for the sport, Buckingham Palace garden parties, all that kind of thing. Absolutely fantastic guy. Quiet, unassuming. When you think that all of the things he'd seen and who his dad was, such a legendary figure, you would never have guessed any of that when you just got him in conversation. Was involved in a West End play called The Changing Room, which David Storey wrote, putting that on. Everything about him bled rugby league. His brother John also had that idea of development. He was coach of. He played professionally for Carlisle, but coach of Scotland and Serbia. So yeah, a fabulous family, a wonderful member of it. It's going to be a really sad miss for rugby league. 85, left a tremendous legacy. Very, very classy player.